I'm on my way to the pharmacy to get Ariana's prescription this morning, and I apparently forgot my sunglasses. The sun's so bright out there, it's beautiful. Still a little cold and or crisp, I guess, this morning, which is kind of nice because the roads are a lot easier to drive on. They're getting soft and the frost is coming out, so the fact that they're still kind of crisp this morning makes it easier to drive and get anywhere. So that's what I'm up to.
Good morning, everybody. We're up, sun is up. Had a pretty good sleep. We're down to minus 11 here this morning. Dropped quite a bit, so got a little chilly in the vehicle. But we're back on the road and actually heading to a friend of Corey's for coffee this morning that happens to live up here in Kenora. So that will be enjoyable, and then we'll get back on the road.
That's a pretty awesome view, eh?
I'd say.
Yeah.
Not bad to live here looking over that lake.
Yeah. That is for
Hey,
sure.
with the sun coming up over there,
Yeah.
that's just stunning.
That is awesome.
Going up to the Manitoba border. Looks like there's some kind of a sign here now. Wasn't here on the way through. COVID-19 message ahead.
Oh, yeah, there is too. They're stopping.
Welcome to Manitoba. Is there a guy?
Yeah.
Where is he? Oh, way up there. Yeah. Sorry for the shaking camera, people. It's the bumpy roads up here. See what this feller has to say. It's a long way up.
Oh, we don't get across.
Oh no, that is it. Tell them with the social distancing, you get on your side.
Tell them we're just isolating in the truck. Oh, they got her blocked right
Alright,
off.
so this wasn't here on the way up. It looks like that could be because Manitoba's more concerned about it than Ontario is, actually. So it looks like we need to stop now. Wow, there's different. Oh, look at the size of those tires.
That is insane. Oh, they're just gonna let us through.
Oh, he's got pamphlets with a grabby stick.
Oh, nice. That is so cool. Good, how are you doing?
Good, good. We're just passing out some COVID-19 information.
Alrighty.
Have a look at it when you get a chance, see if it applies to you guys.
Thank you so much. You have a great day.
Thank you.
All
Thank you too.
Take care, guys.
You too. See ya.
One guy was reading the comic strip there in the newspaper. The other guy get paper, same paper as the last time.
Exact same one. My question for this is, why would they stop all the traffic on this highway?
En français. I don't know. Give you information. So that's what they're handing out. COVID-19, novel coronavirus, travelers information. On March 20th, they declared a provincial-wide state of emergency. All travelers, international and domestic, are advised to self-isolate and self-monitor for symptoms for 14 days upon arriving in Manitoba. This does not include workers involved with commercial transportation of goods, workers who live in a neighboring jurisdiction, healthcare workers who travel to work, and normal person travel in border communities, including visits to a cottage. You're advised to self-isolate. It's just a bit of information and contact information. Pretty simple getting across still. Back in the prairies, we just went through Winnipeg, fueled up again, on our way to Neepawa, Manitoba, and then we'll separate.
And matter of
I
fact,
will go my way, and Corey will go his.
Sorry.
Oh, don't apologize for listening to services, and this is a testimonial of some a man who used to work for NASA and came to Christ. So, very good stuff to listen to. All right, we are in Neepawa, Manitoba. Sorry, we are splitting up here. Corey's gonna go his way, and we're gonna take my truck off and my van off, and I'm gonna head my way. He's got family living over here, and he's gonna take a tractor back from their place to his. So we will split up here. It's been a good ride, had a lot of fun, and just ready to get home, ready to see the kids and see Anissa. It's just been a long few days on the road. We don't spend a lot of time apart, so looking forward to getting home, and Corey probably is too. So hope you've enjoyed the ride. I'll probably film some more yet crossing the Manitoba border, but getting close to home. I think I got another 6 hours, 5.5, 6 hours to drive yet now. All right, we have pretty well driven through Manitoba now. I have not filmed much on the way back. Riding with my buddy there. He is a semi-conservative guy. They actually don't do pictures or video, so I kind of wanted to be respectful of that, careful of that. Other than that, they're pretty laid back, but they just don't. They don't allow that in their circles. So I want to be respectful of other people's wishes. So I'm on the road, and we made it all the way through Manitoba. We split up, like I said, headed to his family there, and I headed on. So now I'm almost at the Saskatchewan border. We'll see if the guy's still here. I guess there's a conservation officer here at the border on the way through. I'm curious to know if he's still here. And I wonder, see, on the Ontario side, there was only a guy standing there on the way back in. When we left Manitoba to get into Ontario, there was nobody there. So it's obviously Manitoba that's more worried about the traffic than Saskatchewan and Ontario are. So coming back into Manitoba today, we did talk to conservation officers. So I wonder if going into Saskatchewan, maybe I won't meet anyone either, and they're only stopping people going into the province. Either way, nobody asked where we were going or what we were up to or what we were doing. They just handed us a piece of paper and let us go on our way. So I am kind of curious. I don't know. It sounded like we had heard from other people, one of my neighbors too. His son was turned around and they were planning on going fishing, but I mean, they didn't even ask us where we were going. We could have been going fishing, and nobody seemed to care. So I don't know. It's kind of nice. It is interesting. In different places, they're taking it more extreme. We had one town, Tim Hortons. They didn't even let anyone in the store. They had a big inside store. We couldn't even get in. I could open the door a little bit and order through the door. They had the inside plywood off, and there was a little hole where this lady could hear me. I took an order. She got me my stuff, and I paid for it through this little hole. But that was as close as you could get to these people. But I have other Tim Hortons where you can wander right in. You can use the bathroom. So I don't know what the difference. I guess it's up to the individual owner of the individual store as to their concern levels. Most of them have like a plastic screen in front in case you sneeze or cough. I did have one Tim Hortons actually just outside of Winnipeg. They didn't even have a screen or nothing. She was totally exposed, or whatever you want to call it. Just like normal going to a coffee shop. So yeah, everybody's taking it to their own serious level. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm still not sure what to make of it. We're trying our best to stay healthy, eat healthy, try to get lots of sleep, although I'm a little lacking on that. On this trip, I will catch up when I get home. But yeah, try to stay healthy, stay away from lots of people. We're not really doing a whole lot different than we normally would, I guess. Try to stay away from sick people and wash your hands. Hey, unfortunately my battery died. I was going to film going through the border, but that didn't work out. I just got it going now again. It is not charging. I don't know if I need a new cord or what the deal is, so I'm going to make this quick. But I drove through the border. There was no one on the Saskatchewan side. They were there on the road, but they were only watching the traffic going into Manitoba and not leaving Manitoba. So again, nobody asked me nothing. They didn't even look at me or nothing. I just went right on through. So it's definitely just Manitoba that is concerned about, no one else. I am now, I don't know, probably a half hour into Saskatchewan. I'm making pretty good time. Roads are good. There's the odd little bit of snowflakes coming down, but nothing major. And yeah, road's clear. There's no ice, at least, like there was on the way up. So it's good. We'll yeah, keep you informed if there's anything else, but I guess there's nothing between here and there anyway. So. Bye. Trying to enjoy my ride multiple ways. I mean, it is an enjoyable ride. The sun is shining. It's beautiful. And I'm going around Quill Lakes here, which is actually a saltwater lake in the middle of southern Saskatchewan here. Lots of birds migrating into here. It's very, very beautiful. Very nice. I don't know if they're there today. I'm hoping so. We're going to drive right past the lake here shortly. But anyway, while I was cruising along, I'm listening to stuff, just a speech or whatever that I'm listening to right now, and wasn't obviously paying enough attention. I flew by my road. By the time I realized that I was halfway to the next one, so I either had to turn back or keep going. So I decided to keep going, but I lost a bunch of time, which is too bad because I really am looking forward to getting home. So the very first time we drove through this area, we didn't really have a clue. We just assumed there's water here. And it was deep. It was on both sides of this highway, lapping. The water is literally lapping at the edge of the highway. And we just assumed it was normal. Until you got looking at it and you seen some grain bins out. And you could tell that some of this stuff was been farming. So there's some grain bins coming up on the other side of those trees. I'll bring it back over there again in a minute. You could tell that this was not normal. Something was wrong. I mean, the water levels are way low now, but I'm not kidding. Like, they were right lapping at the edge here. Don't wait for this truck coming in. You can see a grain bin out here. That sucker was totally surrounded in water. It was in the middle of a lake. They had had a lot of rains that year. This was in the springtime. And so this would be 3 years ago, I think. Don't quote me on that, but we were looking for property up in northern Alberta at that time. We decided to stay in northern Ontario. And it was the following year that we decided to go to Saskatchewan. This was all flooded, and they were working on the road. So we come up to this intersection where this van in front of me is turning. I think it's turning. Yeah, it is. So this road is where we turn, and we parked on the side of this road here at the camper, and this was all water. That field is full of water, this field is full of water, and they were working on the road here, shoring it, building it up, putting more gravel on to keep it from flooding. And that lake had never been so full before, ever. It has no exit, if I remember correctly. You're welcome to look it up, I might be wrong. But it had no exit point, and or still has none. So water goes in, doesn't go out. It's the lowest point. And a lot of farmers have lost a pile of land. See this guy's stuff too, a lot of it's sitting in ice. If I understand correctly, on the north side of the lake, there is a lot of farmland, thousands of acres underwater. And the worst is that it's salt water. So when the water recedes finally by evaporation, what's left on the land is salt. And that ruins the farmland. So yeah, it's a disaster for many of the people who make their livelihood in this area and who have been farming here for generations. Because of years and years of rains, filling the lake, overflowing its natural area, it has destroyed the livelihood of many hardworking Saskatchewan farmers from this area. So, but yeah, we had no idea at that time what we were looking at. We just assumed it was a lake, and it was crawling with birds, which I don't see any of today. She's still totally froze here, I guess. So, yeah, they'll be coming shortly, I guess. At that point, there was no snow; it was just water everywhere, and piles of birds, pelicans, and swans, and geese, and ducks. Very, very beautiful to look at, but on the other hand, very sad because it was disastrous for many hardworking families. There, I've been yammering away, and I thought I was talking to you, and I never even hit record. Anyways, I'm a lot closer now. I told you I was 10 minutes away, but that didn't get recorded, so I am now 5 minutes away from home, and looking forward to it. I've been gone for 4 days. You've been on that journey with me and seen a little bit of the drives that we've gone on, and I'm just getting super close to home. I am really excited about that. Looking forward to seeing everybody again, seeing the kids, seeing Anissa, and also looking forward to a nice hot shower and some clean clothes and a bed. We'll get rested up this week, and then probably by the end of the week, most likely anyway, we'll go do it again, except with the whole family. You know? We do want to get there as soon as possible, I guess, to find the property and start that search. And we will take you along for that as well as we search for a property and try to find something that will suit. We don't want to rush into that. We would like something quickly, but we also would like to find something that's suitable. That's more important. So we ask for your prayers in that search, and we're going to take you along for that ride, and all the way through development and building this property and then developing the homestead and whatever else the future holds, I guess, until we get tired of this or you get tired of us. So thank you very much for coming along on this journey. We got a few new subscribers. Thank you for doing that. And we ask you all to just keep sharing it and supporting us. And yeah, if you have any questions and comments, lots of people leaving good comments. We appreciate that feedback as well. So keep doing that. Drop them down below. If you're new to the channel, have a look around. We've got lots of different videos over the last 2-3 months, and there'll be lots more stuff coming between house development and homestead development, new area, lots of things going on. So yeah, thanks for joining us, and we will talk to you all again.